So now we are going to hear from Peter Roman of EQ Consulting, and he is going to talk to us about our brains.
Sorry.
Oh, that's not it. I'm sorry, that's Rachel's. That's Peter's.
Thank you. Thank you. This one, right?
Yes.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
So, just a little bit about why I started my company. I come from Brazil. I worked 20 plus years on TV down in Brazil. I thought it was my passion, was my love. Since I got here, I moved not back, but I had to restart. I started Disney as a lifeguard. I left Disney as an ambassador. So 10 years of Disney plus whatever I learned at TV and some information about how we function just gave me another passion, which is neuroscience applied to business. That's what I do in my business. But why? Why do you chose something so complicated? Well, let's make it simple. Just because of that. Every organ in your body is connected to the one under your head, aka the brain. If you don't understand how you're functioning, you don't understand where you're going, you don't understand your customer. The brain, although has a lot of functions, is kind of simple. It has one drive, survival. Survival of the person and survival of the genes, which is reproduction. And it evolves not to explain the world to us. It evolves to explain, to make us fit to the world. So every time you try to create a complicated explanation about your business, don't! Please do not do that. Because I'm going to look at you like a bubblehead. And my brain is a lot of like, yeah, don't know what he's talking about. He is. But I'm going to pretend because I need to be polite. Be simple. The brain loves simple things. The brain is an energy-saving machine. Only for you to be alive here, you spend 20% of the energy of your body. Isn't that amazing? So listen to me. Your brain's now, should I listen to this guy or just pretend that I'm listening to him? Although we're going to spend energy doing something else, it can be more pleasant. So dopamine is a very effective thing, like the prediction of pleasure. So if I think I'm going to be pleased thinking about, I don't know, what I'm going to eat at lunch, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Also, when you pay attention to somebody, anything around you disappears because your focus is audibility. You don't have capability to understand everything that happens around you. And the reason why is because we are bombarded every single second by 11 million bits of information. And our brain, which is awesome, an awesome machine, can only grasp 40 bits. The rest is absorbed by our limbic system. And the main system, our subconscious level, the main system on the subconscious level is the limbic, which is the one that deals with emotion. So hear me out. People buy emotions and justify with reasons. And the reason why is just that. Because you cannot grasp every single information that comes to you every single second. Either the brain is so capable. Are you telling me that we're so short in understanding? No, I'm talking about seconds. Every second you can grasp 40 bits of information. That's a lot. That is a lot. But the rest comes to your subconscious level. In order to get to your memory, to consolidate a memory, where you want your brain, your product, and everything else to be, you need to add emotion. Because if you want to remember something, remember at school, what you do? If you want to pass too fast, what you do? You study, repeat, up to a point that you memorize, correct? You hate that subject. After test, you delete it. And if you can burn the book, that's what you do. Don't listen to me, kids, please. Don't burn books. It's not good. Why? Because consumers, they think they buy products, but they buy the better version of themselves using their product or your service. How you will know what is the best version of themselves? Asking questions. But not asking regular questions. Oh, is this cup half full or half empty? Really? I still there? A wrong caller is calling. Say, hey, just telling me, don't do that. This caller is just telling everybody, don't do that. Do something else. It's necessary to break our impasse of hearing and seeing. We have 5 senses, guys. We only use 2, and poorly. Vision and hearing. We don't use it intentionally, and because of that, our message doesn't go right to your customer, and they don't remember us. Think about vision, here, process in the back, comes back to the cortex, to be tagged or labeled. Hearing, goes to the side lobe, same process. Smell. 1, 2, 1. How many of you has the smell for your business? Not sweaty smell. Most of us don't. And it's so amazing. The smell brings memory instantly. You want to remember somebody, you want to remember something, put a smell to it. Look, Peter, I work online. Yeah, in every box you send your product, spray your smell. And all of a sudden they're going to remember. We experience understanding of the world through our senses. They are a connection to your memory. We have, how many senses do we have, guys? 5. We have 26. 5 rational, 26 subconscious. This is science now. They are working on 32. Meaning that we have subsenses. I don't like your face. Yes, I don't like your face. The micro expressions that you're making and I'm not understanding, but my subconscious is grasping it and telling me that's something wrong with him. He's so nice. But there's something, oh, this is now wrong. This is now bad. This situation has bitter taste. Yeah. This is our subsenses talking to us. And as a matter of fact, because Harvard Business School create a method to measure that, 95% of our decision making is subconscious. So understand the senses, understanding how to work with your 5 senses intentionally is a huge, I will repeat, huge advantage. Like it or not, our senses are wired to seduce us. So, how would I do that? Brains are rooted in perception and live in our minds, correct? For any brand, product, or service to be desired, it needs to remain in a customer memory, correct? Successful brands like Apple and Starbucks speaks convincingly to the whole brain. Speaks to the brain. How do I do that? Let's see.
Peter Roman, walking down the street. Peter Roman, the guy I'd like to meet. Peter Roman, I know the lady, you must be true. No one could teach as good as you. Oh, Peter Roman.
My name is Peter Roman. To remember me, just remember the song, Pretty Woman, and please, 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 Chandler. What I did here, I use emotion, happiness. Okay? So it's easy to get to your mind. And also, I didn't put any new information to your brain because the song is there already. I just changed the perception. I just changed the concept. So we don't push, don't shovel new information to your customer's brain. Use whatever is there. Because every time you try to figure out something from the past, it's not very clear. You will make up to something. So use past memories in your advantage. What that sounds. Close your eyes for a second and tell me what sound is this? Huh? boat, right? Yeah. That can be so many, right? Because interpretation is different. But even in a boat siren, you can put your brand in. How? Disney. Oh, they did that because that's cute. No, they did that because they studied neuroscience since 1980. And they know that this is the brand deconstruction through the senses. They do that a lot. Do we? Do we dress accordingly? Do we match the colors to the intention of the message that we want to convey? Probably not. It's just like, oh, I like this color. It matches to this one. Yeah, that's where I'm going. No. Smell your perfume. Use it intentionally. You're going to create a lot more bang for your message. Because we savor with our nose, we see with our fingers, and we hear with our eyes. Pretty much that. Yeah? Yes, sir.
Time. Close to time.
Oh, close time? Okay. Let me sell myself. What I do? Imagine decoding the subconscious drivers of consumer behavior, optimizing team dynamics, and unleashing untapped potential within your organization. I'm going to talk about everything that I do, but everything from the communication to the products can be reinvented or rewired through our senses. And that's what I do in my business. I work as a consultant, I work as a mentor. I also do some workshops. I also do some walk around the Disney parks to show you how they use the senses to create a controlled environment of negotiation. And that's pretty much what I do. So experience leave memories, products don't. That's about it. Thank you, guys. The QR code on the right takes you to my link tree. On the left takes you to my website.
Questions? Very good. We're going to take questions. To get things started, I want to know if you sang that song in your presentation.
Oh, all the time.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I didn't say that because I played drums and sing for 20 years. So yeah. Yes, sir.
The question I had was about the usage of the Disney song, "Worship on a Star."
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's kind of like an isolated scenario because it's like it's their own song.
Yeah.
Like it's like referencing one of their first products.
Yeah.
So it kind of tweaks into a nostalgia that they already have
Creative.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the example that you gave with your song, would that work as well if it's
Yeah.
not something that's yours?
Do you do an Pretty Woman?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. It
Well,
works.
obviously, yeah.
It works because it's not my song. I just changed it.
But I mean, in that scenario, does my brain go back to Rick Orbison, or does it go to you?
It goes to me because it's fun. It changes your perception, it changes your memory, but the memory is there. I didn't force it. I didn't push it to your brain. I didn't add something new. It's just there. And Disney does that with songs that are already known because they've been putting songs forever. But think about the words that Disney chose. Disney chose 6 words. Magical, prince, happiness, kingdom. And they use at least 3 of those words in every single communication. Coca-Cola is trying to get happiness through their brand forever and still didn't get it. Happiness with childhood or dreams and kingdom equals Disney. Brand deconstruction works like this. You keep doing it, people don't take it from you. But of course, if there's something in your product that you know that is on people's habit or the country that you are, general information, use it. Use it on your advantage. Yes, sir.
So you're suggesting that we use multiple ways to basically assault our potential customer senses
Yeah,
with,
in that way.
with the message that we're trying to give them.
Pretty much.
Right? And music is an excellent way to do it.
Smell is another one.
The only thing I would do is caution you, because when you use a copyrighted work, even if it's just the melody of it, you know, you're gonna get a cease and desist letter. So I would recommend using a service that specializes in
Creating a song for you.
Either creating a song for you, they do the licensing and everything else, you know, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper and it's a hell of a lot easier, so.
While we're talking, just look at those numbers. Only 6% of the 1,000 companies use the smell. Only 76% of brands that use sounds have a greater chance of internet traffic, and 96% are more likely to be remembered immediately. Even so, they don't use it too much.
Yeah, have you ever driven by a Wendy's or a Burger King?
Yeah.
They're literally piping that smell out.
Oh, doesn't used to have a smellizer? But popcorn smells everywhere. Yes, sir.
As a humorist, one thing I would add is that humor seems to last longer in people's memories. We all got a laugh out of the Peter Roman song. I will think of that song whenever I see you.
I'm sorry.
And I will think of you whenever I hear the song because it made me laugh.
Exactly.
Rather than it made me feel somber or sad or angry, I'll remember the humor more. So I would say anybody who really wants to kind of tap into this, try to do it in a humorous way, even a lighthearted, doesn't have to be hysterical, but a lighthearted manner is going to be more memorable than something that's sad and heartbreaking.
100% right. People think, especially people from marketing, that using the pain, it's a great tactic. Sometimes using the humor is way better. This is Jürgen Klarich, one of the guys that analyzed neuromarketing through South America and Central America. The brain welcomes good humor.
To piggyback off that real quick, you can use like Pretty Woman. If you were to sing that all yourself, you can parody songs. And I don't know what probably using the backing track wouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I don't go for like a 5,000 person plus auditory and do this because I know that I could be in trouble.
But so anyways, but the question I had was, can you leverage smell over like the internet? So can you still maybe like?
Not yet. They're working on it, but you can send your product through to your customer with the smell.
Thought of smell though, like leveraging it.
Yeah. When you talk about the smell of coffee, it instantly got to your brain, and you remember coffee from your grandma's house, from your parents' house, or whatever place that you like.
So I'd like to get to the presentation and I'll hand it over to Mary. So when you first started, you basically start out on a path. That's one of my favorite ones. Like Albert Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't know it well enough. And then, you drew us all in, right? And you were explaining, you know, the mind and the senses and things like that in a manner that we could all appreciate. However, you only had 6 minutes to do a presentation that basically tells us more, you know, everything about your business, or that you'd like us to know. So, and then once you got that warning, then
I just jumped one
you're
string.
throwing tons of data and all that.
Yeah.
And from your research, then you should know that the tons of data turns people off.
Pretty much.
Right.
But I think that this one, as I present, I say don't think about what is written there. It's just words.
Right.
But that's what I do. I work with all the aspects of business through the your senses.
My recommendation, though, is
Don't use it.
no more than 5
Yeah.
bullets on a page and no more than
I'm
11 words.
guilty on knowledge
Yeah.
because I know that and I put it on purpose just to see. But thank you.
Okay.
That's why you're here, right?
That's what I'm here.
Thanks a lot.
Here,
Yes, sir.
I would disagree if I can.
Please.
I wish this presentation was not for 6 minutes, but for 60 minutes, because it's so educational. And But I have two questions. The first one,
Only two.
yes, if I can ask. So the first one, neuromarketing. I look at neuromarketing as like neural hacking, probably. Hacking humans' minds and then putting their products. It's so strong, so powerful. And my question is it even ethical or legal? This is the first question. The second one is did you consider, these are such a strong and powerful tools. Did you have a chance to consider kind of, software probably where you could put these tools for marketing companies, so that they could use those tools and then probably put it in a platform base, like create APIs, so that would be B2B model.
I love what you're saying. My brain's going like, what?
Did I put too much?
No, you're right.
40
There are a lot of people.
kilobytes out of gun.
There are a lot of people doing that. I'm not a researcher per se. I know how to use eye tracker. I know how to use fMRI and stuff, but I don't do it myself. I'm more like a Google guy in this particular area. I just connect chip with Dale. Like, okay, this fits to this and can do this with that, and the research shows this. But yes, of course, there are some companies doing that as well, and the reason why I didn't touch it is because I trust my presence better than internet. Not anything against internet. I know that you make a lot of money through the internet. I already talked to Rupert about this, to try to chop in little pieces of information. This is completely, but this is out of my comfort zone, and I need to expand my comfort zone. So I'm working on that. Thanks for that. Should be here, Sean.
Love the presentation. Do you have any case studies? Do you have any case studies that you can share with us?
Yeah. I just did 2 weeks ago the third expo of my West painting. The first one was like, imagine the first time you're showing your paintings. She took 33 paintings in a small room, like maybe 4 of those rows that were the room from one side to the other. 33 paintings, tables and stuff because we could not put it on the wall. I use music because your brain listen to the beat of the music and just match your heartbeat to the music. I use smell to make them stay around, and I use a game that uses taste. If you don't know, one of the powerful neurotransmitters that we produce through our intestine system is serotonin. Anti-stress, releases happiness. Chocolate, 60% cocoa. Releases serotonin. So what I did, I asked them to eat the chocolate, notice now how they feel eating the chocolate, and run around, look at one painting that gives the same impression to them, and write it down. What was I doing? You cannot remember 33 paintings, but you can remember one. So by searching for one, you're gonna get out of there, remember one painting of hers. In her first expo, she sold 13 paintings right there, and 4 more after. So this is one thing.
So it makes sense.
But yeah, and I'm talking about sense. If you read the book Brain Sense from Martin Lindstrom, you have a lot of cases, lots of cases. But that's a lot. That's something that I cannot talk about, unfortunately, because they didn't give me permission.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions, then we have to wrap up. Go ahead.
Perfect. As a follow-up, a great presentation. As you said, Disney and many other companies do this and have been doing this for many years. I just wanted to know, what is your differentiator from other companies and consultancy agencies that do this already? Because I've seen throughout Latin America and the US, marketing agencies starting to take this in and understanding this.
And marketing agencies just think about the neuromarketing aspect. I deal with person entirely. Like, I go to a company and I make them understand that they're not employees, they are professionals. It's a totally different mindset. Professionally, you work for yourself. So there's no reason for you not to give 100% every day. Otherwise, you're cheating yourself. So, but in order to make them understand, I use neuroscience information to make them feel it, not to make them understand it. Because if you feel it, you put it in your memory. If you understand it tomorrow, that's something else for you to understand and you forget. So those big companies, they do have an in-house to do that. And the other ones don't. And what makes me different from the others, it's my DNA. That's all I can say, because everybody can do this presentation, not the same way I do. So your heart has a radius of 50 meters each way. You change people by your physiology. You need to know what is the message that you're conveying in order to get the best message to your customer. And that's how I teach. I just tell simple things, but has a bigger concept in between the lines.
Okay, well, yeah, one more brief question, then we have to wrap up.
Okay, thank you. So you and I kind of operate in we have a little bit of overlap. I do product design, and there's a ton of psychology in product design,
Yep.
right?
Oh,
But
yeah?
I work off virtual cues in the beginning, and then once the product has been delivered, we work off like utility, right? Like what does that product mean to that person? But at first, when you design a product, you have to like kind of grab the person and draw them in, right? And I use graphics for that, kind of like the 1 Million Cups logo.
Mhm.
You look at it, there's orange and white, and it's kind of like a flash. It grabs your attention, confuses you for a second, but then draws you in. But I rely on graphic and to like pull out an emotion. Do you think that you can overload somebody in that subliminal like draw in? Do you only focus on one strategy of pulling an emotion?
You're wearing a nice shirt. If you go to a store and you ask for a shirt just like that of this color, and the guy show you 1,000 different types of the same shirt, are you gonna be overloaded? If you're at the end of the day, are you gonna choose in between the 1,000? Or if I show you 3, you're gonna get out of that in one in your hands.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the answer. Disney, it's major because they understand that inside their brain there is no words and there is no numbers. Inside the brain there's mostly images. The easiest way to convey an image, to remember an image, is to tell a story. So Disney go the opposite way. First they create the story, and out of the story they pull products. So the first thing that I do when I go to companies is change the culture to the story. Not a storytelling, the story is selling. Because Disney has a story for you to pick up garbage on the floor. That's how powerful it is.
Very good. Let's show our gratitude for Peter Roman.